Why would I rather play Charm Girls Club Pajama Party than Call of Duty? Let's rank the first 26 games I completed on the channel to find out. My thoughts may have changed since my initial playthrough, and as always, these are my own personal opinions which you are free to disagree with. Alright, starting at the bottom and getting more positive as we go up. D tier contains games I personally don't like at all and will never play again. The only two games to fit this category are Double Dragon and the original Star Fox. I'll acknowledge hard games are hard for me, and beat 'em ups don't hold my interest, which kinda kills any chance of me liking Double Dragon. Star Fox is not my cup of tea visually, and the gameplay wasn't engaging enough for me to pick it up again. C tier is home to games I consider to be anywhere from okay to good, but I don't think I will ever play again. At the bottom of C tier is GoldenEye 007 on N64. Having never owned an N64, nostalgia can't carry this one. I enjoyed the campaign and would probably like the multiplayer, but I think it has been surpassed by modern shooters, with the controls in particular being a sticking point. Next up is Wild Guns, which I can't remember much about, but maybe that's indicative of the experience. This one will hurt some of you, but Mega Man 1 just didn't do it for me. I recognize there's the bones of a good game here, but I'd rather try one of its sequels. Dig Dug 2 is an intriguing little puzzle game with deeper strategy than you might think, but it's still really hard, and that makes it tough for me to place any higher than this. Then we have Balloon Fight. Balloon Fight is simply too simple, lacking any replay value to entice me back. Rounding out C tier, we have Kirby's Adventure, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Mushroom Men and the Spore Wars, and Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2005 Adventures. All are competent games I might even recommend you try, but there's a difference between enjoying a first playthrough and going back for a second one. B tier contains games that I will continue to pick up and play, but I don't plan on completing from start to finish. And perhaps the biggest surprise of the whole list, Charm Girls Club Pajama Party takes the bottom spot. Get out your pitchforks, I ranked it higher than Call of Duty and Mega Man. This doesn't mean I think it's a better designed game, it's just party games are an easy genre to return to. My original video about it was an April Fool's joke, but honestly, it's not the worst party game. It's a case of it's so bad it's good, and there's something hysterical about having a virtual pillow fight with other grown men. While it pains me to put it here, The Lion King is next. Visually, this game is my jam, and the music is incredible, so I could see myself turning it on just to take in the vibes, but the gameplay is not fun. House of the Dead Remake and Lord of the Rings Aragorn's Quest I could be talked into revisiting, but only if I could convince a friend to play co-op, and, well, no one I know has either of those games at the top of their backlog. While I'm not in love with the core gameplay, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle does have the Chow Garden, and the first level has that bopping soundtrack, and trying to land incredible shortcuts on the multiplayer grinding levels is pretty fun. But I never want to see another Chaos Emerald level again. Kirby Tilt and Tumble was a hidden gem for me on NSO, and the uniqueness of its design means it's hard to get that experience in other games, which makes me want to dive back into some of its better levels. The Conduit is an excellent shooter on the Wii, but once again, there are just too many games to play. Super Mario Bros. 3 may be a better game than Super Mario Bros. 1, but strangely, I don't know if I will ever play the entire thing again. It's undoubtedly an excellent 2D platformer, but it doesn't have the comfort food feel of the original. Maybe it will get there for me someday. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is a delightful little puzzle box that I'm sure will beckon me back to track down more of its collectibles. A tier is filled with games I plan on playing all the way through again, but it may be a while before I get around to it. At the bottom of A tier is The Legend of Zelda. It's obtuse and can be frustrating, but as a Zelda lover, I appreciate the history, and could see myself trying it again without a guide just to see how far I'd make it. Spoilers, it wouldn't be very far. Next up is Donkey Kong Country. I'm torn on whether or not I like it or Super Mario Bros. More. I think I prefer DKC, but I beat it so many times as a kid on the Game Boy that I'm a little fatigued on it now. After that is the aforementioned Super Mario Bros., which is just classic fun. Battalion Wars and Link's Crossbow Training round out A tier. Both games just feel good to come back and blast through the campaign. S tier is home to games I will play all the way through soon, and only contains Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. I've beat it a half dozen times, and I know I will do it again. The story is straightforward but evocative, the environments and music are simple but capture my imagination, and other than the one glitch I almost always experience at the end of level 2, I love this game. Examining my list, there are a few common trends. If a game has sequels like Call of Duty, Mega Man, or The Conduit, I'd rather try another game in the series than revisit the one I've already played. Battalion Wars is an exception, but in general it holds true. Another trend is bite-sized, shorter experiences like Pajama Party, Link's Crossbow Training, and even Super Mario Bros. Ranked higher because of the smaller time commitment. As a kid, with more time and a more limited budget, I was much more likely to replay any game. But now, with less free time, unless I love a game or have a lot of nostalgia for it, I'm more willing to try something new. Let me know which of my opinions, if any, you agree with, and which are the most egregious. As always, thanks for watching, and feel free to like or subscribe to help support the channel.